This is an interview in the Office of Internal Affairs, Toledo Police Department. Today is February the 14th. The time is 13:40 hours. I'm Sergeant Higgins, ID number 2062. Also present from Internal Affairs is Lieutenant Trevino.
2197.
Sergeant Watmore.
2249.
For the purpose of the state, would you state your name and ID number?
I am Detective Zack Petermen, 2502.
Were you allowed to read a copy of the
Yes.
Were you allowed to read a copy of the Bill of Rights that you're entitled to under the agreement between the City of Toledo and TBPA?
Yes.
Do you understand these rights?
I do.
Do you have any questions about your rights?
No.
Do you wish to have an attorney or union representative present?
No.
This allegation is being considered a major complaint. You're hereby advised that you're about to be questioned as a part of an official administrative investigation of the Department of Police Operations. You will be asked specific questions that will relate directly to the performance of your official duties or fitness as a member of the police department. The purpose of this interview is to assist in determining whether disciplinary action is warranted. The answers furnished may be used against you in disciplinary proceedings that could result in administrative action against you. You are entitled to all the rights and privileges guaranteed by the law and the Constitution of the United States, including the Fifth Amendment right not to be compelled to incriminate yourself. During the course of this questioning, if you disclose information which indicates you may be guilty of criminal conduct, neither your self-incriminating statements nor the fruits of any self-incriminating statements you make will be used against you in any criminal legal proceedings. You are hereby advised that you are ordered and required to fully and truthfully answer all questions asked of you in this interview. Your failure to comply with this order may constitute you being in violation of the following manual sections of the Toledo Police Department Manual: insubordination, dishonesty, and accuracy of records. Do you understand what I've just explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions concerning what I've just explained to you?
No.
Please sign the Bill of Rights form. Detective Petermen has signed his Bill of Rights to be witnessed by Sergeant Watmore. Okay. Detective Petermen, you remember this incident?
I do.
Can you explain to us what happened?
Me and my partner, Detective Donovan, had just gotten in a pursuit with the suspect who ended up at 1762 Germain in the driveway. After the suspect went under arrest, a gentleman started to walk towards us, asking why we were at his property, which I assume he owns. He kept asking why we were there. We still heard Sergeant Friels had the suspect from the pursuit in the back of his vehicle. We were standing around the car, waiting for a tow to come, still searching what was going on. He came down, tried to walk up on the property, started to say that he owned the property, he needed to come and figure out what was going on. So we basically told him to get away and go back to his house.
Okay. So were you the one that initially talked to Mr. Gillette? Were you the one talking to him as he was saying, I need to come check my property?
I never walked to him and talked to him one-on-one. He was walking down the sidewalk, and I did tell him to go back home.
Okay.
And I never actually walked up to him and had a one-on-one conversation with him.
But you're the one that had the contact with him verbally?
Yes.
Okay. Did anybody else talk to him? And I understand you were what, a ways away?
Yes.
As he indicated, you were about 40 foot away from him?
Yeah, I was still in the driveway of the car where the car was at, and he was on the sidewalk.
In his allegations, he stated that you made some statements derogatory about kind of take your ass back home or go back to work. Did you say any of that?
I did say go back home, go back to work. Yes.
You did tell him to go back to work?
Yes.
Okay. Did you also comment about him buying this shitty piece of property?
No, I didn't say anything about the house that we were at.
Okay. So, what made you respond in that manner to him?
Honestly, I mean, we had just gotten in a 5-6 minute pursuit with a guy all across the city.
Okay.
He was just arrested. We were still walking around the car, and he was trying to approach us and come up to us and ask us what was going on. And I was...
Okay. So, do you think your response to him was professional?
Professional, I would say no, not what I said, no.
Okay, so you're probably out of line the way you responded to him?
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
sir.
Alright. So after you guys pull in the driveway of the pursuit, you guys are all there. Where are you at in relationship to the suspect vehicle? Are you guys directly behind him? Are you the primary vehicle chasing?
When the pursuit ended, we were the primary vehicle yet. Okay. So we were in the driveway directly behind the car.
Okay. There were some other cars that were with you. Do you know who was driving? Who was secondary behind you?
Secondary behind us was Officer Hurst and Officer Mugler, I believe, and then Sergeant Friels and Detective Haney were also with us at some point.
Do you know where Hurst and Mugler pulled their vehicle?
I know two cars pulled into the grass. I'm not sure where exactly they pulled into.
Okay.
But the one gang unit car, the black one, was with us, and then Sergeant Friels was in a marked car. So.
Okay. So the black gang car was at Hurst and Mugler?
Yes.
Okay. When his other complaint is that his lawn was damaged. He felt it was purposeful. What happened? Do you know, if anything, with?
Yeah, it was his. I mean, there was ruts after we left. There was two cars. They're Crown Vics. They're both rear-wheel drive.
Right.
It was that day. It was warm, probably 40, 50. The day before, it was cold, so everything was melting, and they got stuck in his yard, and they spun the tires getting out.
Okay. And I could tell based on the video that it was raining. So you guys sat there a minute. The car sank, and the cars. Who transported the suspect?
I believe Sergeant Friels did.
Okay. What was the reason for pursuit?
Honestly, Sergeant Friels and his partner, I think Detective Haney, flipped around on him on Oakwood.
Right.
They went to light him up, and he just took off. So,
okay. So it was a traffic stop.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything else damaged as a result of this pursuit? Any accidents or anything of that nature?
No, there was no accidents during pursuit.
Okay. So he pulled into this property and that was it?
Yep.
Was there anything else that was said between you and Mr. Gillette? Your exchange?
No, after that point, when I yelled at him to go home and go back to work, he kind of walked back to his house, and then he started to walk up again, and another officer talked to him. I'm not sure who it was. But
Who was the K-9 officer on scene? He referenced a K-9 officer being out there. You know who that was?
It was afternoon, so it was either Snowberger or Combs or...
Mitchell?
No, it was after that. It was the Aishan.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, I don't know which K-9 was there, but it was one of those three.
Okay. So, you pull into the driveway. Explain to me what happened after you guys pull in the driveway and you go to arrest the suspect.
We pull in, suspect hops out, faces towards us, draw our weapons, he gets down on the ground, he gets arrested afterwards, and then he's searched, we search the vehicle, and then he's placed in the back of Sergeant Friels' car.
Okay. Did you talk to him after he was in the back of the police car?
The suspect?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Who put him in the police car?
I believe Sergeant Friels.
Okay. Did your partner go talk to him after that? To get his information or anything?
I do not know if he went over and talked to him or not.
All right. So, prior to him being put in the police car, who put cuffs on him?
I believe me and Dave did.
Dave Donovan?
Yeah. Because we were the first ones there, and he laid down on the ground when we got there, so we were the first ones on top of him.
Okay, so he gets... Explain to me, when he pulls in the driveway, when you take him under custody, did you have to pull him out of the vehicle? Did he get out the vehicle?
No, he stepped out of the vehicle and basically stepped out of the driver's side. He pulled into his driveway, stepped out of the driver's side, turned towards us, put his hands up, and was basically acting like he didn't know what was going on. And then he got down on the ground by himself.
Okay. So when he got down, was he compliant when you cuffed him? What happened as far as force used against him, cuffing him?
As far as force, it was basically just joint. I mean, he put his hands straight out, and we basically just bent his arms back behind him and handcuffed him.
Okay. And then from there, what happened?
He was picked up. We searched him. I believe I patted him down. Donovan, I think 3 or 4 of us searched him over again to make sure he didn't have anything on him.
Did he offer any resistance or anything when you?
Not when we were searching him, no.
When you cuffed him?
He didn't want to put his hands, but he just had his hands straight out, and so we just had to grab him, and he wasn't fighting with us.
So, okay. So with that, Lieutenant, can you cue that DVD? We're going to show you a video.
Okay.
Can you step over here? Should be autoplay, maybe.
chair over there, or are you good standing?
Oh, I'm good.
So are you guys in the marked unit?
We are not.
So I'm going to say this is 404, this is Sergeant Friels's,
Yes.
since you got the white hood.
Well, we're,
The diff is about the yard.
absolutely the diff is about the yard. Diff is about the yard, and as a result of us looking at this investigation, we've seen something else that's of concern to us. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This priest stuff is like 15 minutes long. Or well, actually, no, it's about 6. Back that, not too far over.
There we go.
So you guys are primary here now?
Yes.
And are you driving or are you passenger?
I'm passenger.
And that's you getting out of the car right there?
Yes.
Now, in the beginning, when that car parked and then you guys arrived right behind him, you got out of the passenger seat and you ended up running around the front of the suspect car
That is correct.
to cut him off in case he ran?
Yes.
Okay. What did your partner do?
He ran straight at him from the same side that we were on, the driver's side.
Okay. What else did you see your partner do? If we can...
Basically, look at me. I mean, he was already on the ground. Look at me go like this, and then when I got down on top of him, put his hand behind his back.
Okay. But when you said go like this, you raised your left hand. What's that mean?
To me, it meant that he
I don't know
was
if you can do that.
laying on the
Paul,
ground.
so
Okay.
there it goes. Just sit there. You want to do the other one?
Yes. Well, you can X out of that.
X out.
Okay. And it should, if you scroll down, right on that one, yep. 3. What was your car? 354?
5-4.
Yep.
That's it.
And now this is the VG car 354. This is your car?
Yes.
Virginia.
Do you have sight of the suspect vehicle?
Do we have sight of it?
Yes.
Right now?
No. that the suspect?
Yes.
I love when they use blinkers.
So he goes down, right?
Yes.
So what are you doing right here? What are you doing right there? Right there.
What do you do here?
What is that?
What is it?
Yeah.
I gave him a little kick.
Why?
Because he just ran from us and he was down on the ground. I didn't know what he had on him, so.
He's cuffed, right?
Yeah.
So why would you kick him?
Because he was just got in pursuit, that's why.
Okay. Sergeant, you have any other questions? Breaking Wetmore? Lieutenant?
Because you're wearing this uniform, you feel it's right to be able to go kick someone once they're handcuffed?
I don't feel it's right. No, at that point I didn't know what was. He was already cuffed, you are correct. At that point I didn't know if he still had anything on him or not. He had not been searched or pat down.
So that entitles you to kick him.
No.
What about prior to being handcuffed?
Prior to being handcuffed?
It's okay to kick them?
Kick them? No.
Is there a reason why you did at that time?
Amped up, just got in pursuit, and then, like I said, I didn't know what was going on. Don't know why he's running, don't know anything.
But you saw him going down, you saw your partner raise his left hand up to you. Like you said you did.
Yes.
Which you knew he was getting down. And then after that, you said he didn't resist. All he did, he had to bring his arms back behind. And that's what you do?
At this instant, yes, I did that.
Are we allowed to do that?
No.
And you know what, Zach, I've been in gangs. I mean, we understand being hyped up. We understand all that, but at the same time, that right there, he's cuffed. You know what I mean? He's offering no threat at that point. There's no reason for that. Okay? We get the adrenaline. We get all that. We get that he's running. You know? But when we look at things, now this starts off as a demeanor complaint and rolls into us having to look at this video, and we're trying to figure out, okay, what is Zach doing after this dude's cuffed? And then now we have to go explain this to the chief. You know? So, you need to learn to control yourself in hyped up situations. We understand the guy ran. We get it. You know as well as I do, for criminals, it's their job to run, it's their job to lie, and then we have to do what we have to do. But we have to do things clean and by the numbers. We're in a day and age where everything is recorded. People are coming in and they see everything. They're taking photos of us. You know, did you realize people were taking photos of you?
I assumed.
You know what I mean? So, you need to conduct yourself in a manner that's by the numbers. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you caught the bad guy. You took a phenomenal pursuit, a great job, and then 2 seconds worth of anger and ruin it. And the thing is what was he running for? What do you have warrants? You have warrants?
I don't know. I have no idea what he was running for.
We get that. You know, it's not like we haven't been there. We get it, man. Alright? But the thing is when you work in a specialized unit and you're tasked with searching out that type of element day in and day out, you have to act in accordance with the rules. You know? I mean, how would you feel if now all of a sudden, you're scrutinized with, we can't allow you to go out and do work without having a supervisor strapped to your back? You need to be able to operate in that capacity. Is that a problem?
No.
Because you know what the big man down the hall is going to ask. Because he feels if he has to supervise you that close, then maybe you shouldn't be where you're at. Alright?
You're drawing attention to yourself and your unit by doing that.
You did good work to get that shield. You want to keep it, right?
Yes.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Zach, is there anything else you want to say before we end this interview?
No.
Alright, we're going to go off the record. Time is 2:04.